All right, you guys, this is our September new coach get started right call. I know a lot of you might be watching this back later, so always just kind of like to give you a background of what's going on. And what I always love to start with our new coach call is like the reminder of we all started exactly where you were. We all started having little to no idea of what a coach does, what a coach is, except we now have these workouts and we now have this shake and we now have all of these women that we don't really know, but we kind of are starting to get to know. So we just remember, and I try, I know all of us leaders try to keep that memory like clear. I think when we start to like stray from what it feels like to be a new coach, that's when we kind of lose what coaching is all about. Because what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about 5 things. These basic 5 things never go out of style. I know 5 years later for me, I think Dana and Cassie, you're both 3 years later, right? For you two, like these things that we're going to talk about tonight, being a product of the product, social media, Success Club, Emerald, and leading into the team, they are still the foundations of this business and things that we do every single day. So just know that what we're talking about, it isn't just applying to brand new coaches, it's applying to every single coach, no matter where they're at on their journey. So we are going to jump in and get started. I have the first topic, which is product of the product. So basically what that means is one, we're not a big Beachbody billboard. Like Beachbody has their awesome marketing team that gets paid the big bucks. We just come in and we just share our journey by using the products that we have on hand and showing real life how they work. No one wants to see the picture perfect Barbie on Instagram with like the chiseled abs. And if you do like to see that stuff, that's cool, but that's not relatable. People want to see the tired mom with the big bags under her eyes on a Monday night that's exhausted, but is still getting in her shake, or still setting her alarm to wake up early, or still, being real that maybe she had a chocolate chip cookie or 5 of them for dinner, but she's still trying her best. That's what people truly want to see, because then once they start to see your journey unfold, they're going to see, well, dang, if she can do this, I can too. So I think that's a big misconception that a lot of new coaches, and even older coaches, we can get into, that we have to have we have to portray this certain persona or act to be a coach, when you just need to be real and you just need to talk about it. I know personally for myself, I'm 2 weeks postpartum. Like I haven't shown a workout clip in like 4 weeks. I share my shake still daily, but I don't really talk about my Energize. I'm not talking about any of those things. I'm just sharing my real life. I'm not hashtagging Beachbody everywhere. I'm just sharing me. And then, of course, when I do jump into workouts, I'm going to be sprinkling workouts into my stories, into my feed, all of those things. So being a product of the product means picking out a workout program. Of course, now we are having this really, really cool tool called Body, those live interactive classes that are just a cool supplement when, hey, maybe you really want like a high intense cardio workout and you can go into Body and go do that really quick. But for the most part, what we always recommend is to pick out one workout program. Maybe it's Lift 4, maybe it's MM100, maybe it's 21 Day Fix, something that you are so dang excited about, something that's going to get you to your goals. If your goal is to run a 5K and like build up your running endurance, I wouldn't suggest going and picking like Shanti's Let's Get Up. Find a program that's going to match where you are at in life right now. Start day 1, print off the calendar and follow it from beginning to end, because these programs, that's how they're designed. They're not designed for we're not the experts. The experts have put these together for us, so we don't have to do the guesswork. We just have to show up, we have to press play, we get to check it off the box, and we get to move on with our day. And I always suggest starting to share, even if you don't know what you're doing. If you're like, I'm not ready to share yet, I don't know if I can, share my workout clips or just share what I'm doing, that's okay. Even just like telling people you've started a health and fitness journey, makes them lean in and makes them say, okay, what is she doing? What is going on here? You know, you don't need to say you started 21-day fix. You don't need to throw all these Beachbody words. Just say that you're excited to get going on your health journey, makes people lean in and start to have genuine interest. So starting a program from start to finish. And another thing I do want to add with that, like say you start something and you make it a weekend and it is just not your jam, it is okay to stop and find something else. There's hundreds of workout programs in our library now. Like you don't have to do something that you love. I know a few girls sometimes have done that where they're like halfway through a program and they feel so guilty for stopping, but that's okay. That program wasn't for them and you can just move on and pick something else that you love. The next thing is being a part of the product is using our products that we have. Shakeology, Energize, Recover. You don't have to use them all, but finding what ones, are going to help you in your goals and using them daily and sharing them daily in just a genuine way helps so much of just easing it in. I know for myself, I share my shake. I just do small boomerangs with my shake every day of like when I'm having it with my kids or outside on the porch or outside, just like sitting in the sun. Like it's nothing, you don't have to have this whole Shakeology. This is all that's in it. Like just showing people how you get it in every day and that you are getting it in every day and it's important to you. Same goes with Energize or Recover or Beach Bars or whatever you choose to use them daily and just share those snippets. So, because if you never talk about it or show it, people never talk about it. I remember when I started talking and like asking and inviting people to do this with me, they weren't like thrown off by me telling them, yeah, you're going to use these workouts and you're going to try out Shakeology for a month because they see me using Shakeology every single day. So it's not like blindsided them when I suggest that they need to use that because it's the number one thing I've noticed with my nutrition. So if you start to ease those things in, that's how it kind of is seamless to they understand that they're going to try those products out too. Also, same thing goes with nutrition. I know it can seem like a lot, especially if you're first starting out on your journey with nutrition and workouts and Shakeology and Recover and Energize. So I always suggest like just dive into, especially to the workouts and supplements, and then start to ease your way into nutrition. We have 2 nutrition programs, 2B Mindset, Ultimate Portion Fix. I'm not going to deep dive into those, but basically you can try them both out. There's tons of videos on Nutrition Plus, on Fixate, all about both of those. I know for myself, I really lean towards the Ultimate Portion Fix, but there's seasons of my life, like kind of right now, where I'm not really following nutrition program per se, that I do lean towards 2B Mindset and just kind of the tools and practices that she teaches. And then the last thing with Product of the Product is personal development. And that is something that if I were to go back and tell Brooke of my baby Brooke coach of my first year, it would be to do personal development, because I know for myself, I rocked my workouts. I was like the queen of printing the calendar, following it beginning to end, getting to my shake daily, getting my Energize, getting to my containers. Like I rocked those things and my results proved it. However, I did not do personal development and I had so many limiting beliefs and fears, not only when it came to my health journey, but just sharing my health journey, that because my mindset was not in the right place, I just wasn't able to share it in an authentic way because I had fears. I was fearful of what other people thought. Even though this was a life-changing thing for me, I finally, after almost a decade for myself of being on a roller coaster with my health, I finally had something that worked. But my mindset was just not in a place that was able to share well with others. And once I started committing to 10, 15 minutes, listening to it while the kids are, while I'm driving or in the shower or while I'm prepping dinner, like fueling your mind with the right things and the positive affirmations. I know it sounds so cheesy, but it truly does help when it comes to just life in general, but also sharing this amazing gift. It makes you get out of your own way and present this opportunity like the gift it truly, truly is. So that is the number one thing. Just be a product of the product. show that it works, show that you can fit it in whatever your lifestyle is right now, and just to start to share. So Cassie's going to take it away with social media.
All right. Yes. So social media. So how cool is it that this is our storefront, or Facebook or Instagram are our storefront? We don't have to go out and buy a building, pay rent on it monthly. Zach, I think he started crying. Like, this is so cool that we have a free tool to use as our storefront. So social media, it's made to be social. So think about it that way. Don't be scared when you get into this business and think like, I'm going to spam people. No, social media was made to be social. So just kind of get that out of the way. So I'm going to go over 3 topics tonight in regards to social media. So the very first thing that we have coaches do is share their coming out post. And this is kind of based on like, it was time to or I made a decision to And it can be, at the very start of your fitness journey, or it can be a few weeks in. I did mine about, 2 to 3 weeks into my fitness journey. But the thing is I was still documenting, but not posting it, because that's the biggest thing too. If you're not ready just yet to share on social media, make sure you are documenting things, because you want stuff to go back on when you are ready to share it. So your coming out post, this, like I said, can be, just very brief and basic. Mine was something really simple, like, hey, I'm embarking on this new fitness journey. Follow along for the next 8 weeks for fitness and nutrition tips. It was just something so basic like that. I didn't get on there and post like a sweaty selfie or like, here's my Shakeology, buy it from me. It wasn't anything like that. It was just telling them, hey, I'm doing this thing, follow along, because it gets them curious. If we put too many things like, Shakeology or 21 Day Fix or Beachbody, like people will go look that up, figure out what it is, and may or may not decide to join you. So you want to leave them curious with your coming out post. So that is the very first thing we do. The second thing that we do and have coaches do is with their social media, we want to base our feed around what we call our 5 pillars. So our 5 pillars are just who we are outside of Beachbody. So kind of like Brooke said, we are not Beachbody billboards. We want to be somebody other than that. Those things are great to share, like the product of the product, like your shakes and your workouts and stuff, but you are somebody else besides a Beachbody coach. So, kind of think about, sometimes this takes time. And honestly, my pillars have changed over time. Like when I first started, I was new postpartum and, a mom of 2 under 2. Now it's, my kids are both in school, which is crazy. And so those pillars change over time, and that's okay. We can, change that as we go. But, mine right now are, newly kids out of the house mom. I don't even know how to word that. I'm a wife of a builder. I am still kind of a stay-at-home mom. Things like new to faith, like stuff like that. Just whatever you are doing in this stage of life are your 5 pillars. And then kind of spinning off of the 5 pillars is based on those, finding your target audience. So this business, never prejudge. So what I have my new coaches do too is I make them make this master list of every single person they know, and try not to prejudge that list, because you really don't know who needs this. But really trying to find that target audience of yours, which is, kind of think of it as your avatar, the people that, if you met them in real life, you guys would jive so well together. So again, not prejudging anybody, because everybody can benefit from this, but this business is so much fun when you find people that you can do life with. I know, like, I've obviously met some lifelong friends and will forever be lifelong friends from this business. And that's, Brooke will touch on this later, but it's really leaning into that business and finding those people. And then lastly, I guess I have 4 tips, is with social media is adding value. So again, based on your 5 pillars and posting around those within your stories as well, adding value of things other than, workout or nutrition tips, adding something that's just like, so for example, that I like to give is, I posted how to wash baseball caps in the dishwasher. And people blew up my social media like, what? I was wondering how you could wash hats. I've never cleaned my baseball hats because I was afraid the bill would wreck and stuff. So just adding value of something other than, Beachbody stuff to your social media as well. So that is social media, very quickly. And then I think, Dana, you get Success Club.
Yep. So I am going to talk about something that's called Success Club, which if you start getting in the team pages, you're going to hear a lot about. And I know that it can be maybe a little confusing and overwhelming. And I'm going to try and explain it as simply as I can tonight, but just know a lot of this you kind of learn as you go and as you have conversations and kind of, I don't know, learn from your coach too. But I'm going to do I'm laughing at the comments. I should really not look at the comments. My best job I can keeping this as simple as I can for you guys. Okay, focus. So Success Club, where did it come from and how did it start? So several years ago, I don't really know how many years ago, I just heard this on a training that Beachbody looked at the coaches in their company that were successful. This was before they had anything like Success Club. And they found that because they wanted to help people be successful, they wanted the mission of Beachbody. And if you get into corporate stuff, is always to help people. It's not to build yourself up and make yourself really shiny and fancy. It's not to really make X amount of money. Like corporate stuff does not talk about that. They talk about helping people, feeling good and helping people. So they wanted to see like, how are certain people helping more people than others? And they found that the most successful coaches were helping 2 to 3 people a month with that total solution package, with the workouts, with the nutrition, with the product. And now we have multiple packages, like ways to put that all together. But that's what people were doing. They were just helping. I said 2 to 3. I meant 3 to 5 people every single month get started with that package. So they put this, basically Success Club is an incentive program. A lot of companies have incentive programs. It's to kind of help coaches gauge their success with this business, how many people you are helping. And I'm going to reiterate a couple points because part of Success Club, the first part of it is being a product of the product. In order to qualify, you have to have a home direct order. And this is where I decided tonight, I'm not going to get super, super nitty gritty into breaking down the numbers for you guys, because I actually have a really, really good graphic. Me word vomiting is just going to make it more confusing. So it definitely starts with being a product of the product. So you are that's how you kind of qualify for being in Success Club. And then just helping those 2 to 3 people or 3 to 5 people get started with that package, because each package, like that challenge pack that comes with all those things that I'm assuming most of you got started with here, is worth 2 points. So when you get somebody started with that workout and the Shakeology and your community and all of that, they're a new customer and you get 2 points for that. And you can actually earn points from people every 6 months. So let's say, for example, Sarah buys the new program in January, but let's say the new program comes out in July and she's like, well, I want early access to that one too. I'm always here to help my people, whether it be my coaches or my customers, get the best deal. And those challenge and or something we call a completion pack is also worth 2 points. And so maybe she, as a customer, would buy that package again. Not again, but she would get another challenge pack in July and I would get 2 points again. So you can accumulate from your customers every 6 months. But really the bulk of Success Club and really the goal is not as much about like, oh, who can I get points from again? As your business grows 3 years down the line, yes, that's awesome. And that's important because I'm looking at retention. Of course, I want those people, but actually I really want those people to be coaches and I don't get points from them. I want them to be loving this so much. They want to share it with others, but really the focus is bringing in 3 to 5 new lives, new people every single month and helping them get started and really building your community. So Success Club comes with some perks. There's they call it Success Club because there's 5 and there's 10. So if you earn 5 to 5 to 6 points or 5 to 9 points, I guess you could say, you are in Success Club 5. And if you earn 10 and beyond points, you're in Success Club 10. So that's kind of the two different levels of Success Club. Some of the basic perks that you get from being in Success Club, is corporate does prizes. So they do like a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 9 month, 12 month prize. And you can still earn like the 1 month prize for like this month. You could earn it if you're a brand new coach. Or if you've been here for 3 years and you've never hit Success Club, you can hit the 1 month prize for this year. A lot of the coaches do individual prize, like gifts or prizes, things for the people, for their coaches. So like I gift my coaches when they hit Success Club, just like I see you putting yourself out there and helping people get started. And I just want to reward you in a small way with that. There's bigger perks like guys, this is like a tongue twister, the Success Club trip. So that is kind of like a lot of companies, I always mention this, like do incentive trips. My brother, I always mention him, he sells seed and he can like earn some vacation based on like how the productivity of his team and what he does. So you can also earn Success Club trips. So we will be going to, I always mix up where we're going because it's been canceled so many times. We'll go to Punta Cana next spring. And just so you know, that trip is not that hard to earn. There's basically, if you help 5 people every month, like you earn the trip completely paid for you and a guest, other than flights. So I remember when I first started that trip looked very like untouchable. And then Brooks broke that. Like, I was like, well, what do I got to do? Like, I don't know, maybe I should try to earn this for Erin and I. And she told me, and I was like, oh, okay, well, like, okay, I could do that. But I'm very goal driven. I love that. Like 5 people a month. Okay. Success Club 10, here we come. So there's the trips. And then there's also, I always mix this part up and I was going to look it up. Is it if you hit Success Club 10, you get leads from corporate, or is it 5? Even if you hit 5. Okay. So if you hit Success Club 5 in the month, so you've helped, let's say it's, just to make this tangible, let's say it's September 15th and you have helped 3 people. So you have Success Club 6, corporate sends. So anybody that signs up with Beachbody gets given a coach. Every single person, if they watch an infomercial on TV and they go sign up on their laptop, they are given a coach. And those coaches are randomly those people are randomly dispersed amongst coaches in Success Club, which I think is cool because for the most part, if you're in Success Club, you're at least kind of working the business. So maybe you can help those people along on their own health and fitness journeys. Don't let that scare you. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get all these strangers and I'm in charge of them. Like, no, but just know like that can be another way that you reach more people. Okay. So that is part of Success Club. I mean, that's really the bulk of what Success Club is. And then something that goes with Success Club is called Success Starter. And I mean, I don't know how long a lot of you guys have been coaches, but this is something for the first 6 months of coaching. If you hit that Success Club, so helping 3 to 5 people, 3 out of your first 6 months of coaching, you can become something we call a Success Starter. This is just another tier of ways to earn fun things. So Success Starters are just recognition in general. Like it's a pretty big deal. That means you basically came right out of the gates and started sharing, which I think is definitely something to be celebrated, because I know, like Brooke said, we all start in the same place. And I know where those fears are. And I know, like, I look back and I'm like, I probably would not have been a Success Starter, but we didn't have the program. If I would have known the program was there and there was something dangling in front of me, I might have been, but just seriously, it really shows like showing up and really kind of digging in. Cause I know a lot of my coaches by that 3rd month, it kind of pushes them a little bit out of their comfort zone to reach more people to help. Okay. So with that, you can get a free ticket to Summit, which is the like big Beachbody event that's held annually. Next year, it will be in St. Louis. This is kind of the big event that is for any coach. Rank doesn't matter. It's for anybody. We've been one time and it was It was seriously so fun. It's amazing. And you get a free ticket to that, which is it's like a $200+ value. And then there's the opportunity. This is the really cool part, is to be in a test group for a brand new product or program. So that would mean, let's say we have a new program coming out next March, and you are a success starter this December. Then maybe you get to test out, or not maybe, I'm just saying, I don't know what the next program is. You would be asked to kind of test that before anybody else is able to, which is just a really cool opportunity, because it could really leverage your business if you use it, to kind of show people like, I really did this, and now I'm getting asked to really do this. And now I kind of want you to come along and do this with me. So that's a cool opportunity. So I just wanted to kind of wrap up this whole idea of Success Club. Just remember, I know one time corporate told us it's really just kind of a game, but more than that, it's about just keeping the focus on keeping yourself first, product of the product, taking care of you, showing up. We cannot lose that, because if we lose that, then we have nothing. And I'm not just talking about buying products. You have to keep yourself and your health a priority. Like Cassie just said, you have to share about it, or else you're never going to hit Success Club. Because if you don't talk about it on social media or talk about it in your friend circles, nobody's going to even know that you're doing anything. And then kind of that last piece is inviting people just to do it with you, and just not in a weird way, just like hey, like, I'm starting this new program next month, and I just want to know if you want to do it with me. I'm listening. I told myself I wasn't going to go on a tangent. I'm listening to the Energy Bus right now. And like in that book, they're like, she's like, yeah, it's a corporate world, but she's like, so you got to get your team behind this launch. She's like, so you invite them to get on the bus. You bring the energy. Everybody wants invited on the bus. And it's just, I was like, we talk about that in coaching, like people want invited to the party, but I don't know why. It was just a really refreshing reminder that in all areas of life, people want to be asked to be a part of something good. They don't want to just watch from the sidelines, and they still might say like, not right now. And a lot of you guys probably said not right now, but just know that like, that's natural and that's okay too. But maybe those are the people that you help 3, 6, 12 months or more. I've had people longer than that from now. So I think I covered everything with Success Club.
Cassie, before you jump in with Emerald, do you care if I share my screen really quick? I meant to do it before Dana, but just to show you guys a few places where you can easily kind of see these visuals that like Dana was just talking about and Cassie was just talking about. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. Okay, so this is our Team Heart and Hustle page. It probably is super overwhelming right now, but like I just want to break it down where some really easy tools for you guys. First of all, if you just click on the cover photo just of this picture right up top, and then hit see more on the sides, almost every single link or any graphic that you want to use or any of the training videos are all right here. So definitely, like the first one is our virtual gym that is open every single day, all day, to jump on and get your workout in on Zoom. And then like one of our last coach kickoff calls, a bunch of trainings. So this is just a super, super helpful. I know when I was a brand new coach, I utilized this for my coaches team page, like every single day when I just didn't know where anything was. But what I wanted to show you guys is I'm going to go to the photo album section, and Dana has actually put this together for us, the Team Heart and Hustle New Coach Fast Start Guide. And it is just super helpful. Again, a lot of the things that we just talked about tonight, posting in your social media and your 5 pillars, your coming out posts. I'm not going to go through everything, but just so you guys know, like this is all there for you. You just got to go and find it. And of course your coach can help direct you to it. All talking about signing people up. Dana just talked about Success Club. Here are the ways to earn Success Club points, all of those good things. So if you're more of a visual person like myself, and I know a lot of us are just more visual, just hearing all this, but Cassie's about to talk about our first rank as a coach. So this is where like all of this stuff is, if you need to see it visually and just need help understanding it and just going back to it. So use that, use the photo album section, even just using the search bar in our coach page. If you just look up Success Club, every post about Success Club that has ever been made in our team page will pull up and will help you understand it better. So I'm going to stop talking. I'll stop sharing. Or do you want me to leave it on there, Cassie?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so I get to talk to you guys about Emerald. So Emerald is where your business really starts. It's like the stepping stone to, you know, another way to earn. So when we first start as coaches, a lot of us start commission only. And that's, just think about that for a second. Like every like really successful coach that you know, all started day one, 0 followers, you know, 0 coaches, 0 customers, and built up to where they are. So again, Emerald is where the magic happens. So it's the second way to earn in this business. And Emerald, I feel like gets overcomplicated, but it is so easy. You just have to make it happen. You have to make a decision and make it happen. So what we really encourage our coaches to do is, obviously you are at the top of your organization. So it's kind of cool. Like you're the CEO, you have your own business. Like how cool is that? But there, he's crying. One of the coaches underneath you, we strongly encourage to be your spouse, your boyfriend. And then the other one, like a really good friend, your mom, your dad, because you will eventually build off of them. Especially your spouse, maybe not your mom or your best friend, maybe they'll decide to build, but they get to be at the top of your organization. And, you know, as time goes on, what happens is like you start adding coaches below those 2 coaches, and then and then you just keep adding below that. And so, like I said, the second way you earn in this business is when you become an Emerald coach and you get what is called a team cycle bonus. I can't talk tonight either, Dana. So what that is basically is earning off the productivity of your team. So like I said, 2 coaches below you, then another 2 coaches, then another 2 coaches. And what that does is just adds a lot of volume to you. And what you do is Beachbody pays you for that. I don't want to go into too much detail on this because we've got, you know, really good trainings on Emerald and what it means and how to do it. But you just really open up your storefront when you go Emerald. Like kind of like I think Dana was talking about, you get free leads when you're an Emerald coach as well. So it is those people that are watching infomercials really late at night, say, I need that, sign up, you get them. It's so cool. You didn't do anything and you get free money. And then also a good way I like to look at being an Emerald coach and earning team cycle bonus is it's passive income. It's income when, you know, over time, if you step away from your business, it's still working. And so I look at that as like Zach and I have a bunch of rental properties, and that's passive income that you get every single month from not essentially doing anything. You're still working the business. I shouldn't say just like sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. You're still working, but it's earning off the productivity of the coaches below you. And then a couple more things on going Emerald. Guys, it is so cool when you go Emerald, you help your coach go Diamond or Star Diamond. Like you signed up with your coach for a reason. Like, isn't it cool? And don't you want to help them succeed as well? So that's the other cool thing too. When a coach goes Emerald, they help their coach advance as well. And then the very last thing to think about, essentially when you go Emerald, is people in the outside world don't really know what Emerald means or Ruby means or Diamond means. When you go Emerald, the whole team shouts you out. It's a big ordeal. So people on the outside kind of looking in go, dang, this girl's doing something. And wow, she's actually legit and credible. And maybe I do want to join her. It just adds that extra level of credibility to your profile. So don't downplay it. Yes, it's only 2 coaches, but again, nobody knows that. So don't downplay how important this rank is. So that is all for Emerald that I've got.
Okay, so I know maybe, again, if you're brand new, you might be overwhelmed, especially with the business lingo that we've been throwing out with Success Club and Emerald. However, I just want to remind you to have fun. The last point is to have fun and lean in, because if you are not doing those two things, what's the point of this, right? Like, what's the point in sharing this gift, in committing to doing this business, or really any of it if you are not just enjoying the whole process? So my two things with well, more than two things, but my things with leaning in, like, this coaching is a two-way street, right? Like, we have weekly team calls, usually on Monday, sometimes on Tuesday nights, because we want to, even though we're virtual, we get to do this virtually. It's such a gift. I know for myself, it's such a gift. We do get together. Like, COVID's over. I know it's not completely over, but now that, like, for the most part, we're getting together more, like, we get together in person, but like, leaning into the team, especially during in a virtual business, is so important, because it's so easy to isolate yourself and to just be like, all right, I'll just try it myself and do it myself. But all the coaches who I see have the biggest success, or who have, especially brand new coaches who really lean in and maybe partner up with another coach, or just start jumping on the team calls and start talking and asking questions, or asking questions in the team page, they're the coaches who learn the quickest, who just jump in and understand, like, I don't need to know it all. I can ask all the questions, because that is how you learn in this business. So just know you need to lean in, not lean out. Even like 5 years later, I'm always trying to, it's sometimes easy to start leaning out. I just had a baby. I'm in like the postpartum, like, newborn haze and fog, and it's easy just to kind of lean out of coaching. But every time I feel myself leaning out of coaching, I'm leaning out of so much, not only this awesome community, but I feel like my health starts to go down. I feel like even my mindset starts to go down. Leaning into positive women who are going to light your fire on the days when you don't have it in you is truly what I think one of the biggest gifts this community has done for me. So leaning into, we have the National Wake Up Call as well. That is every single Monday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. It's actually 8 a.m. Pacific Time is where they do it. But every single Monday morning, there is a team-wide, network-wide call from a top coach in the business that shares their top tips. I encourage you to put it on your calendar. And if you can't catch it live, then you catch the recording every single week. They put it again on Monday, because they know everybody, maybe set big goals for the week on Sunday night, and then Monday hits and your kid is sick, or you didn't get any sleep last night, and all those goals that you had set up are all of a sudden like pushed to the side. But listen to those meetings and get fired up for this business to remind yourself of your goals with this. So we have the National Wake Up Call, we have the team call, lean into the team page. I'm sure your coach, if they haven't not already, you'll probably maybe in the next few weeks be put in a new coach pod group. Utilize those pod groups. Don't just like watch the conversation, like get in there and ask questions. Even if you think it's a silly question, everyone else is probably wondering that same question. So you're just asking for everyone as well. So just a reminder that it's a two-way streak, and the more that you just enjoy the process, you have fun, you're not afraid to learn and fall on your face and just try things, the more you will just understand this business and just have fun with it and see success. So I'm going to copy a list. I think it's 4 questions for you guys that I would love. You don't have to do it tonight because I know it's getting a little bit late, but I would love if you would send it to your coach. Find it. That just kind of answers some of the things that we talked about tonight. So let me go copy and paste it. And I'm going to put it in the chat section. Okay. And I'll also post this in our team page. But the questions are pretty basic. And again, this is just another opportunity for you to start taking action. Don't sit there. Don't listen to this whole training and this recording of this call and just be like, okay, maybe I'll do that next week or next month. Like the sooner you just start taking action and just start doing things, the more success that you're going to see in this business and the more fun you're going to have with it. And especially as a new coach, you have so much momentum in the beginning. Everything is brand new. Even if maybe you've been doing the workouts and drinking Shakeology for the past year, you're starting to share about it finally. Everything is brand new. Utilize that. I think sometimes as an older coach of 5 years, I can easily get in ruts of like, well, I always talk about that. How am I going to talk about Shakeology today? Or how am I going to do, what new thing am I going to talk about in my workout? But the more you can utilize this momentum and excitement you have from the start, the more people enjoy that and lean in, and the more you can get the ball rolling. So number one, let your coach know what program you are committed to doing, start to finish, and what personal development you're reading. If you don't know, ask your coach. Another big personal development book I always recommend to my new coaches is Fear is Your Homeboy. It is so good. And we read it as a team a couple years ago, and I feel like it totally shifted our team's perspective on fear and getting out of our comfort zone. Number two, when you plan to do your commitment post or just coming out post. Number three, what are your 5 pillars for social media? So Cassie kind of talked about, we're not that Beachbody billboard that is posting the same picture with a Shakeology cup right next to our faces, or 21 Day Fix like t-shirt on. I used to do that all the time. Don't do that. But what are your 5 pillars? What are the things that you can offer value through because you're going through them? Dana put it in the chat section, and you might not have seen it, but like, what are the topics that you could stay up and talk about all night long with like your friends? Those are your 5 pillars. I know for me right now, it's faith, it's breastfeeding, it's postpartum, it's toddlers, and those might not be yours, which is totally okay. You're going to attract the same like-minded people when you start talking about the things that you are interested in, which makes it so much fun to actually like start having conversations and connecting more behind the scenes. And then the last one, who are the first 5 people who you are going to invite to this opportunity? I know for me, that would make my hands super sweaty. And I'd be like, I'm not inviting anybody to this. But truly think about it. Who would you just love to do this with? I know my biggest regret is not asking my mom and my sisters right from the start, and even like my best friends and neighbors, if they wanted to do this with me. Think about the people who love you the most. And we always say like, would buy dirt from you. If you came to them and said, here's an example, like, hey mom, I'm selling this magazine and I just love it. I'm seeing such good results. I feel amazing. This magazine is just bringing me back to life. It's giving me so much confidence. Like, your mom would be like, yeah, I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to love you. But this is like an opportunity for her to jump in and do this health journey with you. So don't discount, especially the people that are closest to you. They can often be the scariest to ask, but you just never know. Now my mom does every single program with me, with that I do, and she drinks Shakeology daily. And I didn't ask her or like talk to her about it for like 2 years, which I feel so silly and so selfish of not doing, because I totally wrote her off. So those are the 4 things. I, again, will post this in the team page probably tomorrow, that I want you to send to your coach, maybe tonight or over the next 4 days, not 4 days, over the next few days. And yeah, I think that's all we have for you guys tonight. Dana, Cassie, do you have anything else you want to add? No? Okay. Before we go, if there's any questions, go ahead. You can unmute yourself or you could drop it in the chat. I always like to give a little bit of time since we're all together. If there's any questions. Perfect. I think we covered it all. Everything you need to know as a new coach. But again, don't get overwhelmed, especially with maybe the more businessy things we talked about. Have fun in your journey. Just go for it. Use your genuine excitement that you're already having or going to have once you start your program, and just see where it takes you. So thank you guys so much for jumping on tonight. I will post this recording in the team page tomorrow if you want to listen back to it. And don't
hesitate to reach out to me or your coach with any questions. So thank you guys. See ya.